Hello guys, meet again with Queen MMA. When we talk about world boxing, hand speed is one of the most important and valuable elements for boxers. However, there are only a few boxers, among the many big names in the world of boxers, who actually have above average hand speed. But before we continue, please press the subscribe button and activate the bell for those who haven't, so you don't miss the latest updates from Queen MMA. Without further ado, these are the 10 boxers in the world who have the fastest hand speed, which we have compiled from various sources. 1. Hector Camacho. Having a good hand speed can indeed be achieved through hard training for a long time. However, there are some boxers who are born with extraordinary talent, which when trained will produce more abilities. One boxer who has extraordinary talent is Hector Luis Camacho Matias, aka Macho, who has colored the world of boxing in the 1980s. Hector Camacho has won world titles in 3 different weight classes, namely WBC Super Featherweight, WBC Lightweight, and WBO Junior Welterweight. Camacho has a 79-6-3 record, with 38 knockout wins. Camacho's name is in line with other great world boxers, including Oscar de la Hoya, Julio Cesar Chavez, Sugar Ray Leonard, Felix Trinidad, Ray Mancini, and Greg Haugen. 2. Floyd Mayweather Jr. Incredible hand speed accompanied by unique strength and movement is one of the elements of a boxer to lead him to become a world champion. In addition to his skills to defend and the quality of his attacks, Floyd Mayweather Jr. is a person who is very adept at using these components. He is good at combining technical skills with his speed, and that's what makes him the best fighter of all time. In every match, Mayweather always appears with the speed he has to beat every opponent. In the ring, Mayweather always keeps his distance, then launches a combination of punches at the right time, making it difficult for opponents to score points from good hits. Mayweather is a very fast boxer and relies on counterattacks. Three. Sugar Ray Robinson. Becoming the featherweight champion in the Golden Gloves amateur boxing tournament, with 85 wins, 69 of them by knockout wins, and 40 of them knockouts in the first round, will not be achieved by any boxer without using good technique. Sugar Ray Robinson's real name is Walker Smith Jr., who was born in Detroit, 1992. At that time, he had to borrow the name of his theme, Ray Robinson, to enter the amateur boxing tournament. Sugar Ray Robinson boxed with a nimble pace and incredible hand speed. It is said, in several matches, Robinson did not train seriously in preparation. It was because Robinson had agility and speed which he made his mainstay. Sugar Ray Robinson's record is 174 wins, 109 knockout wins, 19 losses and 6 draws. Four. Mike Tyson. In 2005, when Mike Tyson announced his retirement from boxing, no one would ever see a series of savage combinations in the boxing ring. However, over the course of a 15-year career, many boxing fans have witnessed how terrible the punches have lulled Mike Tyson's opponents to the canvas. In addition to his super strong punches, Mike Tyson is also known for his super hand speed. Mike Tyson is known to be very dangerous in the ring. Mike Tyson has dominated the world of boxing after he was named the youngest heavyweight world champion in 1986, at the age of 20. Mike Tyson ended his professional career with a 56 record with 44 knockout wins. 5. Floyd Patterson. Boxing is not just a battle of power in the ring, while technique is more important than strength. Floyd Patterson was a boxer who was active from 1952 to 1972. In his career, he has won 2 heavyweight titles. Floyd Patterson has a signature move which is named Gazelle Punch. That is a speed that reminds us of a deer. The move is where he ducks slightly, then throws a hooker uppercut with incredible speed. Despite his small stature for a heavyweight, which is around 84 kilograms, but with his speed and sudden attack, he can beat Archie Moore in 5 rounds. It was 1956, when he became the youngest heavyweight champion for the belt, that retired Rocky Marciano had left. Floyd Patterson's record is 64 fights, 55 wins, 40 of which are knockout wins. Six. Muhammad Ali. As a boxer, Muhammad Ali had great characteristics with his footwork and hand speed. Thanks to his talent, Ali managed to achieve an impressive record throughout his career. Of his 56 wins, 37 of them were knockout wins. Tunnel Hunsaker was the first boxer Muhammad Ali faced when he had his first bout in professional boxing. The match finished in 6 rounds, and they were finally friends after that match. Actually, Ali's punches are not too fast when compared to boxers like Mike Tyson and Holmes' jab, which are like bullets. Muhammad Ali is a boxer who is good at throwing punches at the right time, in addition to much slower opponents, such as George Foreman or Sonny Liston. That's what makes it seem faster. Seven. Meldrick Taylor. Meldrick Taylor is a former professional boxer who competed from 1984 to 2002. Meldrick Taylor was world champion in 2 classes, namely the IBF Junior welterweight title from 1988 to 1990 and the WBA welterweight title from 1991 to 1992. In addition, he was a gold medalist at the 1984 Olympics. Meldrick Taylor is a boxer who has excellent hand speed, as well as in terms of attacking. Meldrick Taylor should have been a big star at the end of the 20th century, but unfortunately in 1990, the American welterweight lost to the undefeated Mexican boxer, Julio Cesar Chavez. Back then, Taylor had the fighting dominance for most of the round, earning a shocking prize. She lost everything in the 2 seconds before the buzzer ended. Eight. Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao is a world professional boxing champion from the Philippines. He is the first Asian boxer to win professional boxing titles in 8 different weight classes, or the second boxer after Oscar de la Hoya. Manny Pacquiao has a unique blend of speed, strength, athleticism, and toughness that has been unmatched in the sport of boxing over the past 2 decades. The old adage in boxing says, "Speeds kills," and Manny Pacquiao has it, where the dazzling punches will come from any angle. All of his attacks had the power to stop the fight instantly. In addition to having extraordinary hand speed, Manny Pacquiao also has extraordinary footwork. His range of deception is one of the most difficult for any boxer to handle. 9. Sugar Ray Leonard. In boxing, the person who hits harder at a higher speed is often the winner. Sugar Ray Leonard, the former professional boxer who retired in 1997, is famous for his shoeshine punch. It was a series of smack dabs to get the judges' attention. Leonard was part of the Four Kings, which is a group of boxers who fought each other in the 80s. They were Roberto Duran, Marvin Hagler, and Thomas Hearns. The world champion in these 5 classes had a peak of struggle in the 80s. The ring named him Fighter of the Year in 1979 and 1981. While the Boxing Writers Association of America, WA, named him Fighter of the Year in 1976, 1979, and 1981. Roy Jones Jr. Roy Jones Jr. was one of the big stars in the golden decade of world boxing in the 90s and early 2000s. He became the only boxer who started a career in the super welterweight and was able to become world heavyweight champion. Jones reached the pinnacle of success in the light heavyweight class, having become king and undefeated for 5 years in this class. After becoming light heavyweight, he received an offer to appear at heavyweight against John Ruiz, who defeated Evander Holyfield. Despite his small stature, Jones took up the challenge and managed to defeat his rival and claim the WBA heavyweight title. Jones ultimately chose to return to light heavyweight, but suffered a career decline. The defeat after defeat that he experienced did not dampen his desire to stop boxing until 2018. But of all that, there was one failure that he was able to realize during a duel against Mike Tyson in a charity match in 2020. Although everything has changed, at least the sensation of one ring with the living legend Mike Tyson can be realized by Roy Jones Jr. So that's guys, the boxers who have the fastest hand speed in the world of boxing. Do you think there are other boxers who have more hand speed than them? Share your opinion in the comments column below. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe so you don't miss any other updates we send your way. Thank you for watching.